God sometimes go the extra mile in order to bring us back to Him. And
it's not easy, just like trying to pass through the red light, knowing that the chances of you colliding or causing an accident is almost 100%.
yeah,
And it is not something that is easy. You cannot kick up against the pricks. You will hurt yourself.
yeah.
Today we are going to study, which the title last week I said, forcing your way through God's red light. So, we are all drivers and we have been drivers. We know the importance of road signals, how, because they're put there for safety reasons. And especially the red light help us to navigate through the road safely. And if you disobey, you try to run through the red light, you are putting yourself liable for destruction. You are putting all the lives of the pedestrians and all other drivers into danger. And we have seen this. This is not something new. We have seen the collision, I mean, the accidents that happens. Because when your light changes to red, that means you need to stop. That means the other side, other people from the other direction, their lights would be what?
Green.
Green, now allowing them to go. But if you force your way, because their light is green, and you force your way through, then you are likely to cause an accident. You are likely to hit somebody or somebody hits. So that is dangerous. So the purpose of the traffic signal is for safety, to control the movement of traffic. Yes. But here, I put this analogy because it's very important. We use what is common for us to learn. Like Jesus' days, Jesus used object lesson, things that are common for people use, for everyday use. He uses them, those things for the purpose of learning, because people learn through objects lesson. We take some example of those who have tried to force their way through the red light, and God encountered them right there and then. God stopped them. So one of those is found in Number chapter 22, verses 1 to 32.
The children of Lot with his daughters, right? Well, one of them anyway.
One of them.
Yeah. And
Yes.
so I'm assuming that Balak is the prince of the nation. I think his father is the king of the Moabites at this time. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And so I guess the children of Israel have multiplied so much on the land that they're afraid that the Moabites are afraid that they're going to take over. And they don't want them on the land or on their land. They want to get them out.
Yes.
So now they're trying to curse them. Interesting.
Yes, you are right, Avis. The Moabite and Ammonites. Yeah, they are the children, the descendant of Lot. You know, the two daughters of Lot. They have relationship with their father, and the two nations came out of that relationship, which are the nation of Ammonites and Moabites. They are enemies of Israel. They're the enemies of the children of God.
So that makes verse 2 make more sense now, because the Moabites saw what the children of Israel did to the Amorites, and so they wanted to get them out because they didn't want them to do that to them.
Yes,
Right.
because
Okay.
God just brought them out of Egypt, and the land of the Ammonites and Moabites were given to them because they are God's children. They were so terrified, they wanted to get rid of them. That's why they learned of the power that Balaam had during those days. He has the power of God that he can curse and he can bless. And that's why his message reached the king of Ammonites, Moabites, King Balak, who is also the descendant of Lot. So they are rebellious people. So he wanted to use the servant of God to curse the children of God.
So this is basically like a battle for resources because they're afraid because of how many people are in the land and have taken over the Amorite territory because God gave them the land.
Yes,
They're afraid that they're going to start eating so much that they're going to also eat up the resources for the Moabites. So now the
that's
Moabites want to curse them and get them out of the land.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. That is right, Avis. And this is exactly the continuation of that kind of confrontation, that kind of land grabbing. That is still happening today. You see
That's right.
countries, you find people are fighting over land.
Mhm.
Okay, let us move on to some other interesting situation in this reading. What we come to the next passional line. What have you seen there? Anything that caught your attention?
The curse. What kind of curse he wanted them, Balaam to curse? What was this? I mean, what kind of curse Balak wanted?
Yeah, curse could be curse. The curse could be he can call diseases to come upon them and kill them all. He can he can cause any epidemic to break so that they can be destroyed completely, so that they can have no way to go, or he can call upon any enemies to destroy
Mhm.
them. So that those are the
Oh,
curses that he wanted to have because they fear Israel
uh-huh.
that by themselves they cannot unless they use super divination. Like here in one of the places here in chapter verse 7, where Coretta read the divination, the power of divination that they wanted to use to bring suffering on Israel. So yeah, different curses that they want Balaam to invoke that can fall on Israel. Okay, let's go to Coretta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there
Um,
anything?
yes. I was just looking at 7. It says the elders of Moab and the elders of Medium, I'm sorry, Median. Um, that they accepted payment for fortune telling. And so of course it clearly tells us that they wasn't of God.
Yes, yes. They, they,
Um,
they they were using evil witchcraft
uh-huh.
to carry out punishment or destruction on Israel. So they have that alliance that they have made. The elders, the Moabites elders and the Medians. The Medians are just is just they have close relationship with the Moabites because they have the same bloodline.
Right.
It's just another tribe from the same bloodline. Yes. So they
So
are just against Israel.
so I'm not familiar with Balaam. So he a prophet of God, or God was just using him? Um,
Yeah, he was a prophet. He was somebody who has dedicated. God has been using him
okay.
to speak his word to the people. He was
Okay.
just like a prophet. Yes, prophet of
Okay.
God. Yeah.
What I don't understand is how the elders went to the divination evil people first and then came to Balaam expecting God to be like, yeah, I'm gonna help you curse the people. Like, I don't understand that. Yeah, why they thought
There's
that.
a
Yeah.
confusion. You know, people are frustrated. People are are confused. You know, when situation becomes so tense, people
Mhm.
would want to try anything.
Mm.
People would want to try anything when the situation is really very precarious or very dangerous. People would want to look for safety, and you want to find safety in anything. You can use anything available
Wow.
to protect you. Were terrified by the approach of Israel into the land. So they were terrified. They were looking for ways to prevent this world from attacking the land. So they use every mean now. They wanted to use every mean. Let's go to Rufus.
Yeah, well, I was looking at it, I was listening to what everybody was saying, and like you said, that Balaam, he knew God, but they evidently this cursing thing, it confuses me because he's he he talks with a forked tongue. I mean, he knows about God, but he also has this thing of the knowledge of cursing.
Mhm.
So I'm trying to figure out. I mean, he's playing both sides of the fence here. So
Mhm.
and the thing that really got me was that he he did get an answer from God, and God told him that the people are blessed. So it's like saying, leave them alone.
Alone, yes.
So, but the thing about it was he was constantly being tempted by give you money, I'm going to give you this, I'm going to give you that. So this is all on Balaam's mind.
Yeah, he was tempted. Yeah. He was
Yeah.
tempted.
It seems like their persistence.
That's what I noticed about it.
And that thank you for noticing that, Rufus. This is a temptation which of the highest level.
Yeah.
Satan was
Mhm.
working with King Balak to use Balaam to curse Israel. But
Mhm.
Balaam's relationship with God was strong.
Right.
You see, the first red light was here in verse number 12. Say,
Right.
he was asked when this official, the highest level officials were sent to him, God told him, do not go with them.
Right.
Do not go with them. Because the first, the thing that I like about Balaam is he wanted to do everything according to the word of God. Because most of the time when you look at here, the first call to meet King Balak was just a simple officials that were sent to him. Then instead of him making right decision right away, trying to go with this, he said, now, let me first go and consult with God.
Yeah.
Let me first consult with God and see what God will tell me. Whatever God tells me, I will just do it. And
Mhm.
God said, do not go with them. You know, you must not put a curse on those people because they are blessed. This
Right.
is instruction from God.
That was it.
And uh, and Balaam, the next morning, Balaam got up and said to Balak officials, go back to your own country, for the Lord has refused to let me go with you.
Mhm.
God has refused that he should not go. But we will find out in the next page and the next reading, because of the persistent temptation, he is now yielding to the temptation.
Yeah.
While he yielded into the temptation by going through the red light, things happen.
Mhm.
Car crashes. Find car crash, and you find that lives are lost. People are injured. Bones are broken because of disobedience. Because people know. I drive here in Chicago, especially downtown, especially during night time. People just pass through the red light without any consideration.
It's true, for real. When I
Have
used
you
to
seen
work,
that one?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
When I used to work downtown, whew, so be careful.
I think to myself, are these people, are they government official? Are they security? Are they? But I thought also to myself, I said, nobody's above the law. Whether police officer, unless you are on emergency, people know that you are on emergency, then you can just run through the red light while you put that your siren and alerting people to stop because it's an emergency. But you driving as a normal person, just ignoring the red light, just passing through. And I saw people crashing. And there was a guy who, I don't know what's wrong, what was wrong. He was just ignoring the red light, was trying to pass. But the other lady was coming from the other side, I mean, other intersection of, she was driving very on high speed. Came and hit this guy when he was crossing through the red light. You know what happened?
Oh, wow.
All the two cars were all total. There were injuries.
Oh,
So
wow.
this is what is happening every day because people tend to force their way through with disobeying the traffic signals.
Ask you a question. He want to ask you, what you want to ask him, Pastor?
I want to ask, according to what he has read, have you seen anything that maybe you need clarification, that's something that you may not understand, or something that you want to just talk about based on the reading here? Is there anything you want to share with us, Mr. Zane? What you have read here is very important, Mr. Zane. Verse number 17 here, because I will reward you handsomely and do whatever you say. You know, here now, this is the king wanted to, he said, I will give you a lot of money if you do what I tell you. This is now bribery. Okay? Bribery is here.
Even wanted to promote him.
This is against God's law. Do not accept bribery. Do not try to bribe anybody. Kickbacks is not acceptable here. And Balaam answered them, even if Balak gave me all the silver and gold in his palace, I could not do anything great or small to go beyond the command of the Lord. Like you, a young man growing up, Zen, probably you will find yourself in a dilemma, a situation where you need to choose between right and wrong, and you choose that to defend your integrity as a young man. This is what will teach you. As a situation will be presented for you here to choose. Very good things is given to you. Okay, do this. If you do this, then I will give you this. And this is you are going to do. If you do it, you break God's law, and God will punish you for doing that. But this man, Balaam, said, no, even if the king will give me all the gold in his palace, all the silver in his palace, I will not do even something small. I will not do. He guarded his heart and his integrity, which is really very important for our everyday life. We should not be swayed by things that people give us, try to deceive us.
Yeah.
We can compromise
That's
our.
right.
This is what we are dealing with every day. We sometimes try to compromise ourselves, our life, or our faith with things that are presented to us.
Like your
You tell lie, you lie to yourself, you lie, and or you do things that breaks the commandment of God, which is not good. And Balaam here protected his integrity really in the right way.
can't do things. If somebody say, if you do this, and this is and if you do this, and what they want you to do is against God, and you do it because you want to be their friend, you want to be like them in the group. You may be like them in the group, but God will be upset with you, and you will have to pay for that. That's what Pastor Matthew was saying. Okay, Pastor.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, let us now move to our sister Jen. Jen, in your reading, what is it that caught your eyes and attention, or what you want to share with us?
It's here on verse 22.
Mm,
Then God's anger was aroused. So I was sitting here thinking, everything we do that is against God, it makes him angry. Everything that is against his word, his leadership, his direction, everything is against his direction, is angers him.
he decided to go in a different direction, and God was not happy. God was angry with him, and God sent his angel to oppose him on the road, to stand on the road. So it is interesting what happened. The angel was only seen by the donkey.
Right.
Balaam
Yeah.
eyes was blocked, or he was not able to see what was ahead of him. So let us now combine this from verse 21 up to verse 29. Let us look at a specific incident here. A specific, incidents that happened here. When the donkey saw angel of the Lord standing in the road with a drawn sword in his hand, it turned off the road into a field. Balaam beat it to get it back on the road. Why do you think things like this should happen?
Well,
Okay.
first of all, wasn't Balaam being disobedient? God had already given him the answer. The answer was no, he can't go with them. But because they came with more princes of honor and all these riches and stuff, he decided to go. So now God has to take an extra measure to get him back on the right track, which is to
Yes.
get the angel in the road to keep him
Yes.
from going with them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't you think in also our life, when we decide to continuously, consistently doing the same thing over and over,
Yeah.
that God doesn't want us, God has stopped us from doing? Do you think God will give us a lesson one time?
No.
No, he'll give us the lesson till we learn it.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Here is some of the lesson, some of the red line, some incident that indicate the rebellion from Balaam doing, going his own way apart from the way of God. And in verse 25, when the donkey saw the angel of the Lord, it pressed close to the wall, crushing Balaam's foot against it. So he beat the donkey again. Look here.
It's going into my
Yes, so
Balaam's foot was hurt by the donkey.
Right.
Right.
He got injuries from the donkey. God used the donkey to press against Balaam's foot on the wall.
That's
Yeah.
my part.
That's an injury. It sustained injuries there. And that was a lesson. God sent that as a wake-up call for Balaam. He should have recalled that God does not allow me. God has refused for me to go. Now I want to continue going. But this is a signal. This must be a sign that God still doesn't want me to go. If you see in your way, you try to go, you try to do something, some things are disrupting your movement. Things are disrupting your movement all the time. Think twice. Maybe God does not allow you to go.
Yellow light, caution.
Yellow light.
I think that God, in his mercy, in his loving kindness, a lot of times when we are about to turn away from God, he has to bring us back to reality. And in order to do that, he had to crush sometimes we don't see danger. And God's love and mercy, he went sent angels to block him, so that he couldn't turn to the right or to the left. And so Balaam got angry because he thought that the donkey had mocked him. But he didn't realize that it was his disobedience and God is trying to save him. He would do anything in order to save us. That's how I see it, that God sometimes go the extra mile in order to bring us back to him. And as somebody had said, I think it was Pastor said, yeah, you know, when the Lord said, get away from certain place, he's not playing. I was downtown Chicago, and I see how it is when you're in the big city. How, so I think Pastor was saying how crazy people are getting. Yes, I'm standing right at a store, and a gentleman just came and urinated right on my feet, beside my feet.
Wow.
In the store. Yes. So when the Lord said, don't do something, sometimes obey him, because we don't know what can happen.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
And this is how I see that is. And when he said, the donkey said, why have you done this? I've been serving you all these times,
Mm.
and I have never disappointed you. And when the Lord revealed himself to Balaam now, he threw himself down to the ground and asked forgiveness, because now he see that he disobeyed God, and he could have been, the whole nation could have been gone. The whole nation could have been gone had it not been for the mercy of God.
Mm.
And that's what I see from it.
That is powerful, Lorna.
Thank you.
That is powerful because the way you explain it with analogy, example,
Yes.
it gives a clear understanding that God, if we persist on the same way that God doesn't allow us to take,
Yeah.
God will reveal himself in different ways to stop us.
Yes.
First of all, he allowed the donkey to hit the foot of
Yes.
Balaam, to let Balaam come to his senses that no, I'm getting a lot of pain of this way. I need to go
Yes.
back. He should have thought that way and decide to go. But he continuously going. He just used the donkey, and until the angel of the Lord stood on a narrow path where
Yes.
there is no way to get access onto the other side, and the donkey stopped.
Yes. Right.
Lay down. First, the donkey went into the field. Then from the field, the donkey was beaten by Balaam and was brought back to the road.
Yes.
From the road,
tired of
God was trying to teach them
Yes.
a lesson, but still, Balaam could not understand until God said, "Now I will make the donkey to speak, so that you can also come to, if donkey would speak to you, probably you will come to your senses that this is right.
Yes. A dumb animal.
A dumb animal.
That's right.
God opened
his eyes, and he could see the angel.
Yes,
And here it is as man who is over animals, higher than the animals. We are a little higher than these animals, yet we disobey. God had to do that to turn us back to him.
Yes. Yeah, this is a process of restoration, a process of God revelation. God sometimes put us in a place and will give us the opportunity to do his will. But the enemy, with all his desires, with all of his plan of destruction, he will always come.
And he never leave. He never stop. The enemy never stop.
Yes.
He'll leave you and come right back.
And God will provide an opportunity for you to come back.
Yes.
Did you get Genesis 4, Lula?
Yes, I have it.
Yeah, go ahead, read.
Okay. And the Lord said unto, I'm sorry, yeah, 6, okay. And the Lord said unto Cain, why art thou wroth? And why is thy countenance fallen? If thou doest well, shall thou not be accepted? And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door, and unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. And Cain talked with Abel his brother, and it came to pass when they were in the field that Cain rose up against Abel his brother and slew him. And the Lord said unto Cain, where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not. Am I
My brother's keeper.
And he said, what hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground. And now art thou cursed from the earth, which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from the land. And 12, okay, when thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth.
Mm. Well, that is the red light that God red light that Cain decided to move, to pass through. When he was harboring that sin in his heart because God did not accept his gift or his offering was rejected and of Abel was accepted, he became so angry in his heart and he tried to now plan to take the life of his brother.
Just
And,
like, I'm sorry, Pastor, go ahead.
yes, and God knew his heart, and God said, okay, please, if you have done well, would you
Yes.
be accepted because you have done not well? And sin lie at your door because he was having that sin already in his heart. He was planning to kill his brother. God knew that. And God said, sin is at your door. I want you to overcome it. God wanted him to overcome, but he said, no, I don't want to listen to God. He took his brother in the field and slew him. That was a red light. He was just passing through the red light. And when God calls him back. He wanted to negotiate with him to forgive him of the evil act that he has done. He said, I'm not my brother's keeper.
He was mad at Abel because Abel did what was right. And so he even though Abel did what was right and Cain did not do what was right, he was mad at Abel because of it, even though Abel hadn't done anything.
He was envious.
Same way Balaam was mad at his donkey because his donkey was trying to keep him from getting killed, but in him doing this, he made to Balaam, it looked like he made a fool out of Balaam, but he didn't. And so Balaam got mad at the donkey and wanted and beat the donkey. Same thing, his madness was displaced.
He was envious.
At the wrong person. Should have been mad.
What God kept to do, not gonna take the.
Balaam should have been mad at himself because Balaam is the one who did the wrong by not doing what was right. Displaced hostility. But did the same thing. Same thing.
Yeah, the same thing.
Yep.
What about Acts of Apostle?
Acts, what about what?
Acts of the Apostle.
Eh?
Acts of Apostle. Acts of Apostle.
Acts 14. I didn't hear what.
26 verse 14.
Acts 26 verse 14.
Yeah.
Acts 26. We couldn't hear. 23, 26 verse 14. I'm gonna read that.
Okay. And somebody prepared Revelation 22:11.
26 verse 14. All right. 26 verse 14, and I'm reading. And when we were all fallen to the earth, I heard a voice speaking unto me and saying in the Hebrew tongue, Saul, Saul, why persecutest thou me? Is it hard for thee to kick against the pricks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is exactly Paul, Saul, who had became Paul, was working against the will of God by persecuting the children of God, the apostles, and the believers. And he was just doing things that was against God's will for humanity. And in the process of doing what he was doing, God said to him, when God encountered him, when Jesus met him on his way, when he was going to Damascus to carry out his plan of persecution,
Yeah.
and Jesus flashed that light, that great light, the thunder, the lightning struck him.
Mm.
And that was a symbol. It's just like what happened to Balaam,
Yes,
because God was wanted to stop him through his
yes.
divine power. And he said this word, is it easy? Is it okay for you to kick against the prick?
Against the pricks, yes.
It's not easy, just like trying to pass through the red light, knowing that the chances of you colliding or causing an accident is almost 100%.
Yeah.
And it is not something that is easy. You cannot kick up against the pricks. You will hurt yourself.
Yeah.
You will hurt yourself.
But this is to show how much length God would go through in order to save us. It's like Balaam. And
Yes.
here it is with Saul knowing about God's message. He knows that what he's doing is wrong. But but now look at what God had to do to him in order to save him, although we're not going further here. But remember he had to get him blinded to open his eyes.
Yes, let us now conclude with Revelation chapter 11, chapter 22, verse 11. This is a general call to all the nation, to everybody, every individual, that if you continuously resisting the Spirit of God, continuously rejecting or refusing the call of God, and this is exactly what God will do.
That is unjust, let him be unjust still. And he which is filthy, let him be filthy still.
Yeah.
And he that is righteous, let him be righteous still. And he that is holy, let him be holy still. Boy, God
Wow,
Almighty,
wow. And this
my
is where we
goodness.
are.
And this is the time God is trying to God is trying to talk to people. He was talking to Balaam that don't go with them. How many times he had that encounter with God? Every time he goes to God and talk to God, I wanted to go with the officials. God said, no, don't. And all the time God tells us, don't do this, don't associate yourself with this, don't do this. And we continuously rebelling against God. And there will be a time when we will declare in this
Finish it. Sorry.
that's when the provision will close. When the provision closes, crap like
That's a
this,
sad thing.
this is the
Yep.
proclamation.
Yeah.
It defines you are holy, you will remain holy. When it defines you unholy, you will remain the way you are. So it is critical that
Serious.
being in the presence of God and being in good relationship with God is important, because we do not know when the probation will close. So individual probation closes anytime. So we need to be in alignment with divine power, the divine will, and we need to be aligned with ourselves with the plan of God for our lives, and also listen to what God is telling us. We do not go against what God is saying. If we do that, we will get injuries. You see how Balaam was injured by his own donkey? His foot was kicked against the wall.
Yes.
Think
Yes.
about the donkey. Your leg was kicked against the wall. The donkey kicks your leg against the wall. It's not simple. I want to hear from you if there is any remark from any of you, any thoughts.
God continues to warn us, and what's going on now and what's happening now is so, it's like the red light is out and he's trying to tell us, wake up. And you hear all of these things of what's going on in nature and what's going on in the church. And you realize that we're at the end because certain things that are just it's waking people up to realize,
Yeah.
what's more important? What's more important, me or the world? And it's getting to be like that. And like you said, it's not going to get any better. It's going to get worse.
That's right.
Pastor, I just got one thing to say and I'm done. And this may not have nothing to do with it, but I know that these are the end times. I heard a pastor say yesterday that fornication is a sin.
Say what?
And that you will not go to hell.
He said what?
He said, didn't he, babe? He
Yeah.
said fornication is not a sin. That God was talking about the
Fornication is not a sin.
Who said that?
Wow.
this,
Wow.
whoever this pastor was on
Some young
on
pastor.
YouTube,
No, I think I was listening to something like that this week.
told that lie to the people. And I didn't see nobody getting up leaving.
Everybody hear me say, else somebody can come out with that.
Well, what? I mean, and the man was still breathing, Coretta. God allowed him to breathe.
Yeah.
And look, if I sometimes God strike them, if God was like, they just strike them down same
You
time.
know, for real, God's mercy,
Oh,
we
my.
must be thankful for his mercy every
yeah.
day because
Yeah.
Anybody who promotes sin is the son of the enemy
That's
or
right.
God's people. We should not promote sin. We should call sin by its name.
That's right.
Mhm.
That's
and
right.
also not encourage people to sin, because if we do that, we become God's enemy.
Yeah.
It made me so angry. I was just angry.
Yes. Thank you for sharing that. I know you are always angry with evil going on in the world,
Yeah. I said
which
it's
is
God.
good,
Yes.
which is very good.
Yes.
Saying, I'm not, I was angry. I really was. I was.
Yeah. Mm.
now that we are getting warnings upon warnings. What more do we,
All of
what
this,
more
all these
else
yellow
do we
lights,
need?
Yeah.
Huh?
all these yellow lights.
Yeah. What
Yeah.
else? What else more do we need to hear now? You
That's
know,
right.
we got to get up out of this slumber, of this
That's
nonsense
right.
that we
That's
are
right.
in.
Yeah.
You know, we have to as
And
individuals.
sometimes people only
families,
want to hear soft preaching. You have to bring, you have to
get
like
out.
Pastor say, call sin by its name
We have to.
Mhm.
and bring out things. Talk about it. Talk about last day events, what God is saying, because probation will close for Seventh-day Adventists
Yes.
before they were. That's right, because we know the truth.
Well, God is giving everybody a chance.
Everybody.
He's still got the doors open. Like you said, it's gonna come a time. But even that preacher that about fornication and stuff, God is still giving him a
Give
chance to
him time.
repent.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes,
Yep.
absolutely.